Hello, my name is Shrey, and today I'll be talking about this interface that I've developed using some very famous classifiers. The interface, it can read numbers in your own handwriting, and it can tell you what number you drew. So, like I drew a zero, and it can tell me that it's a zero, and so on and so forth. So I'll be talking about three classifiers. For the first one is the Rubine classifier, then there's the image-based classifier, and finally the adaptive boosting classifier. I'll be comparing the results from these classifiers with respect to each other just so that you can understand how they are different. So to begin with, let me draw a 4 and press Rubine. Oops, I'll do that again. So as you can see, it classified it correctly. I can draw another number, say a 3 or an 8. So this sort of tells you that the classification is mostly correct. However, if I choose to draw 4 differently, say like this, the classifier will not give me an answer, or like this instead of the usual way. Again, as you can see, the classifier is giving an error. It's places like these where the adder boost classifier or the image based classifier, they have certain advantages. So if I draw a 4 like this and use adder boost, it gives me a correct answer, or like this, again it gives me a correct answer. So I can write numbers differently and mostly I'll get a correct answer. Finally, there's the image based classifier, which is sort of, it helps you, it can read data which is at an angle. So if the usual way to draw a 6 is like this, however if I draw a 6 at an angle, and you will notice that I started the 6 from this point, not the usual way where you go like this, and I compare the results from the Rubine and the image based using this button right here. We'll get the results in these two boxes, and as you can see, the image based classifier classified it correctly, however the Rubine, it couldn't classify it. So this sort of shows you how these classifiers are different with respect to each other, and which classifier is good in which application. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video.